What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Masquerada. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while longer and potentially fight in the middle of a library. I assume we're going to be shushed at least a few times by angry librarians as we go about stabbing our foes amongst the hallowed halls of antiquated learning, but it can go either way. Oh good, we've got enemies. So we've got a drummer boy, and we've got this guy. Let's go ahead and step on out of that, and instead, yeah, everybody reroute over to here. Oh, yes. I needed to go to this side. And she, please stop doing that. Because the reason we no longer want her to do that is because we want to target the shields personally. Being the case that we're being shot from behind now in our weak spot, what we would really prefer to do at this moment... There we go, we went through that guy with a quickness. What we would really prefer to do at this point is as soon as the shields are back up, we want to cast them over here so that we are properly defended. I'm going to go with you. There's the hit. All three out. Hey, you two. I know you're casting and doing all kinds of crazy shit, but... Here. Everybody stay out. Yep, there's no way I want any of you in combat with any of these guys. There you go. Perfectly executed. Let's go all three over to here. And by the way, if you're trying to cast abilities and you're trying to do it with the quick attack, you have to be moused over the enemy. So if you have the option enabled that makes you do instantly hotkeyed attacks, you have to mouse over the person you want it to hit. That's how it decides who it wants to target. In case that was something that was a curiosity to you that you hadn't quite figured out at this moment. I'm sure there's going to be tons of purple points around here, so we might as well have a look around. There's one right there. We've got the first. I'll let you read that right there. Read that right there. Read that right there. And just go ahead and pause if you're having trouble getting those. I know I don't give you a whole lot of time, but I'm trying to stay mobile in my series. Sometimes I have this tendency to get like bogged down in things that don't matter, and I know it runs off viewers, and so I've been trying to get better about it. So that we're trying to keep action, 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 and then if you guys want to know more about the world or whatever in between, I'll just allow you to click through things as I get them, I guess. I know it's a little bit far forward now.
Remember, if you lie to me again, another one of your dogs will die. You've cost one of them his life already. You don't want another on your hands, do you?
No.
Good. Now, let me repeat the call numbers again. And this time, I don't expect you to say that they don't exist, all right?
Yes.
The first, DF328D439KL3. The second, DT8548172PG6. The third, DP903.
What is going on, Cicero?
They're looking for specific books. Rezatov must have had something to do with this.
Well, best to act while we have the element of surprise.
Wait, Tiziana! Get them!
Oh, I was hoping she was going to one-shot that guy when she ran in. Just be like, free kills. So what I'd like to do is actually everybody go right there, and then everybody run out. Everybody in, everybody out. Show these bad guys what we all about. I'll put the shield up right there, which is exactly what I was talking about previously. We'll get some DPS off on him, get some heals rolling. We're now protected, as you can see, from projectiles, which is a major part of the game that you really, really, really want to execute properly on. He's got double heals. This is going to create curious problems for us. Everybody rotate around the back, please. He's probably going to try and run back into... Yeah, that was my estimation, is that one of these guys is going to try and run back into the place from whence they came. Hey, stop fighting with that guy. That guy's not your concern right now. Your concern is that individual. And then all three of you over to here. All three of you out of the AoE. Stay on him. If you've got an attack ready, please use it. And he's down. That leaves us with Senor AoE. Everybody out, please. And in fact, let's just keep you guys out until he's done. There we go. Good enough for me. Just like C is for cookie. Done. Finished off.
Told you. You chose well.
Unbind the Vegelis. Calden, see if they need healing.
Ages. Thank you, Cicero.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine. What are you doing here?
Actually, we were here for answers, but it seems that all we found are questions instead. He was asking you about books?
If only he just asked. Capturing all my Vegelis like this, a tad overdramatic, I'd say.
Why did he want them?
I don't know. I do remember their call numbers, though.
We should get them ourselves then. See if...
Are those...
Now with these book spiders over here, you've got to kill the thing in the middle. So the Bibliophase spawns these little things on the outside. So if you spend a bunch of time beating on these little dudes, you'll notice pretty quickly that they seem to be endless in number. And that's very, very problematic. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing as soon as possible. I accidentally cast the shield right there. I didn't mean to do that. That's unfortunate. Although we have killed off the enemy, so that's fine. I'm just going to let everybody auto-attack their way through. I don't think we'll need to do anything more serious. Her big attack doesn't appear to do as much damage as some of the other ones. He's healing up now from the little Orby things, which I don't know if you've seen so far, but the little Orby things do a ton of damage when they hit.
I knew the Fae problem was bad, but even here...
It's related to why we came to find you, actually.
The Fae?
This is not the first of its kind that I've encountered. And I have a theory as to how and where they're spawning.
I'm all ears.
One thing at a time. I'll tell you what we've learned about the Fae after we get the books, if that's all right with you.
As much as I'd like to know now, I suppose my curiosity can wait. I can bring you to the books they were looking for, but they took all our Masquerades, tossed them to the lower levels. If there are more Fae out there...
We'll handle them.
The wounded have been healed.
And they're all cut loose.
Then let's go. We'll find the books and clear a way for the Vegelis as well.
So let us go and find the books. Well, these books. How come we don't have jobs that come with awesome hats anymore? Like, you know that when you got this job, you get to wear that baller hat. It's a pillow hat. You can use it to sleep anywhere you want. As a naturally lazy person...
Two books are on this level.
As a naturally lazy person, this speaks to me greatly. Enemies. How are y'all doing, book mummies? Just hanging out? That's cool. I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here. We'll put a shield up right there. He's going to take damage over time and actually run away from us. I was not expecting that. Down goes our enemy. We are going to have to get the Bibliophase at some point. The shields are staying up, though. Precisely where I wanted them to be. Go ahead and have her DPS right there. Put shields back up. God, I love that ability. She really is a clutch character, by the way. You'll find as you go through the game, she's really, really good. She's got some utility abilities. And with those utility abilities, she sees the skill in me, I guess? I don't know. There's nothing that I really want to rhyme right there, but she's great. She's great. So utilize her properly, and she will save you from enormous amounts of damage. Luca Infinita. So there you go. Pause. 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 Wow, that's a long one. And there it is. You can finish it off right there. Just in case you wanted to read the lore. How many skill points do I have stacked up right now? Just the one? See, that's not going to be that useful for most of the stuff that I have, because I think for our main character, Cicero, he's got a ways to go before he's going to be able to level into. She's got 2, though. That means she can get unstoppable, I think. Maybe you can't learn when you're in combat situations. Maybe it's only when you're like in between sections that it allows you to learn or something. I don't really know. The Guardia Sempra. It doesn't matter. There's books to kill right now. Ah! Take that, homework. I lay thee low. Ne'er again shall I deal with you. Oh, we can also point where we want that to go and use the autocast to get it too. Well, that's nice. I can't say that I'm not a fan of that. That worked out great. That shield went off with a quickness. Although Cicero is getting his ass whipped right now, so maybe Cicero should not be over there anymore. Here, Cicero, stand on this side and get yourself healed. Oh, yeah. Let's get everybody on this job right here. Put up shields for me, please. We may have to do some rezzing on this one. Alright. Shields up. Let's get the range casters first. Damage out right there. Damage out right there. And Cicero is down. So we want somebody to pick up Cicero real fast, unless that happens. I do think they should make the characters partially move through each other. It might make life a little easier. Oh shit, we just lost. And so this is what you gotta watch out for. I'm gonna run them around a little bit and see if I can get them stuck on anything, then we'll go back and res. Oh, I can't do that. Maybe they'll attack her. Well, this is gonna be a close one then. Yeah, we probably just lost. Yep. Is what it is. So basically at all costs in this game, oh, and it took us back hella far. I do wish the autosave, I wish that game had a manual save. I'm telling you now, I really, really wish the game had a manual save because sometimes you can end up playing fat chunks of the game back over. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I don't believe players should ever have to replay anything other than the fight that they just lost. That's game design 101 right there. It sucks having to replay stuff you've already cleared. And giving the characters the ability, or I'm sorry, the players the ability to just very quickly jump back into whatever it was they failed at, I think is one of my favorite things about modern gaming. I just don't like replaying tedious shit that I've already done. And so, that bleeds over here. Like I said, this is an early access copy of the game. Hopefully they'll add a manual save. If they don't, I think that's a major flaw of the game right now. And in fact, something that to me is really not forgivable as far as mechanics are concerned. I just don't like it. Some people, I guess, might enjoy doing the same thing over and over and over again. I don't really know. I'm not that person, though. But yeah, you gotta watch out. Basically, you want to make sure 2 people never die. If 2 people die simultaneously, that is the worst thing that can ever happen to you, because then if you haven't killed enough enemies, they're all going to focus fire on you, and you're not going to be able to res anybody. And so there's kind of a fine dance you have to do in this game when it comes to resing people, where you've got to be, like, right on the line. So let's get rid of you first. I would like for her to put the shield up right there so that I'm not eating book spells all the time. We'll go ahead and put as much damage on him as we can. Meanwhile, everything that's behind the shield has to die first. Good. Secondly, he's up next. So everybody into combat on that one. Her shields are back up. So let me get those right there so that we don't have to worry about getting hit in our weak spots any longer. There we go. All the books will die when we take those out, and that was a much cleaner execution. That worked out a lot better for us. Let's go ahead and get some damage out. We should have plenty of mass charge to make this happen. Unfortunately, nobody's quite at a super yet. You only really get those with the fights that are really, really, really long-lived, but...
Is this it?
It is. It's a compilation of folktales that we believe the Dementicati had once told.
That is incredibly thick.
What would Raz want with folktales?
We'll have time to figure it out later. We should get the other 2.
So off we go to Bookworm further. Although I am going to check for any purple spots in here while we're in the... Yeah, I was going to say. There's always purple spots. They're everywhere. These things are all over the place. I would have liked it if picking up the purple spots maybe filled up a meter that gave you partial skill points. It would have made it so for people like me that don't really read a lot of the lore or anything like that, it still would have made it worth it to collect them. You know, it's just a little thing. You could have factored that in overall. I'm sure some of the trash fights you would just not get rewarded for those, and they could redistribute the skill points in between the purple spots that way. There's another book we have to go find, and it's up in the top left, so let's go ahead and handle that very, very quickly. This is a game where you do have to take combat seriously, though. As I've been playing it, this game will stomp you out if you don't pay attention or if you don't learn how all the various combat systems work, like all the little control systems and whatnot. I would strongly recommend that you always kill off the books first. For her, Let me get a shield, I guess, in that direction. That's about the best I can do. I don't know if that's going to cover everybody. But it's something. And the faster we kill him off, the better off we are. I suppose we'll fiddle with these guys right here, although Cicero is taking insurmountable damage. Yeah, these DPSers are definitely putting the hurt on us. Give me a shield in that direction, please. You go pick him up. You carry on and keep fighting and stop moving, please. Another one bites the dust. Nope, please stop splitting DPS. So you see what I mean? Like, the activated AI can do some odd things from time to time. They can be a little bit difficult to figure out. Like, sometimes they'll swap targets for what seems like no reason whatsoever. And then other times it's hard to track down what the hell they're doing from time to time. And I'm hoping these little finicky things all get worked out. I would like to make it so that whoever Cicero's attacking, just an option to make everybody assist Cicero would be, basically we could just call him a Cicero. That would be his name from now on. Just everybody do whatever he's doing. There we go. Another bookish thing falls over. Auto-casted heals appear to be doing an okay. Unable to reach point. Go around the edge. There you go. Perfecto. See, it wasn't so bad. And down they go. Let's grab our final book so that we can be learned and increase our brain sizes.
All right. Are we near it?
It's right here. This is a book about Dementicati history. It chronicles the Empire's expansion of territory.
That's huge.
Your Regenti was interested in ancient people, it seems.
But why?
We'll get the last one and hopefully we'll find our answers.
It's upstairs.
Let's go.
Let's go find our final book here. We're getting blood all over these nice floors. On the plus side, they didn't use carpet. Getting blood out of carpet's kind of a pain in the ass. This is all like smooth polished marble, or whatever it is, either way. Somebody with just like a mop and pail can take care of this. It's not going to displease the janitor too much. I mean, obviously any day where I have to clean up the biological fluids of any other human being kind of sucks, but that's not my line of work. If that is your line of work, I suppose to some level you must find it enjoyable? Or maybe it just pays well. Maybe you get hazard pay. The Triplets. So this boss right here, there's 3 of them. Kill the little ones before you kill the big one. The big one, I think, regenerates at a varying speed based on like how many allies he still has remaining. This is basically a fight just to teach you to keep your shields up so that you don't get whomped on by books. There we go. Keep that up and running. We're not taking a lot of damage right now, although we are going to have to recirculate every now and again for the little strip AoE thing that he does. Although it's also easy enough for you to just find the person that he's targeting and control him with WASD, while everybody else just, like, does what they're supposed to do. Give me more book blocks over there. That's right. Away with you, homework. Research be gone! That's what I say when I use my abilities. They do share HP, in case you're wondering about it. He is regenerating at a concerning rate. Cicero may actually move... No, he's not. He's not going to cut hard enough. There we go. Now, we send everybody after this book over here. If we can keep everybody healed... See, he just swapped targets for some reason. And I don't really know why. It'd be more efficient if I had people on that side fighting with him. There we go. You guys get down in here. We'll go ahead and put some pain on this dude. We may have to eat that hit. I don't know if she can work her way out fast enough. Oh, she did. To save the rest of the party. Let's keep him blocked in as best as we can. Give me a little pommel strike right there. If anybody's got anything recharged, now would be the time. We could lose party members right now. Let's go ahead and put a shield up right there so that he's constantly burning. One might only assume that books would not do so well under the duress of flame. I'm going to get him that. Oh, he's still got whomped on though. It doesn't really matter because his focus is up and running. His super just went off, so he's got increased mask regeneration and increased focus and everything else. He should be alright. Let's go ahead and give me a attack right there. Fire off a battle squirrel. He now can no longer cast for a minute or two, and down it goes. Easy enough boss. That one kind of relies on you knowing the strategy, though.
Is that the last of them?
I hope so.
I certainly hope your theories about the Fae will explain that to me.
I'm hoping they do too. But again, let us find the last book first.
I recognized its spine while you were fighting the creature.
And its size, no doubt.
Tides. Of all the books we had to collect, it had to be the 3 biggest ones.
Inspectore, if it's your plan to go through each...
I don't think we have any other choice.
Even with a pair of eyes on each volume, it'll take you at least a week to get through them.
Worse still, we don't even know what we're looking for.
Hold on. I need a moment to think.
Cicero, what if we tried to...
By myself, please. All right, Raz. Give me something. Yes. Right. Power. Creating power. Using it to expand. Anything that smacks of strength or supremacy.
Inspectore,
I said I'd like to be alone, Marshal.
are you all right?
I will be if you give me a second.
All right. I'll see you with the others then.
Thought long enough?
Yes, I have.
You have an idea on how to get us through the tomes, then?
I do, in fact. Follow me.
Obviously reading. What else do you do with it?
Cicero, why are you keeping them here? They're agitated enough about what happened.
Just a moment, Kyrie, please. I apologize for the delay. I understand how uncomfortable it must be standing here, but there is a final request that I have for you. I am looking for information within this book, as well as within the 2 my colleagues are carrying. I do not have the luxury of time to sift through its contents, and I implore you to lend me your assistance for just a few moments in this endeavor.
Cicero, they might be Vegelus, but that doesn't mean they can cover 1,000 pages in one...
Inspectore!
Take it. Books can be repaired, rewritten. Time cannot. Mariner? Marshal? Perhaps you'd like to cover your eyes, Kyrie. And maybe your ears. Now, you're searching for anything that hints at great power. Undefeated leaders, huge swaths of land claimed, rebellions quelled in a day.
Inspectore, I think I found something.
Go on.
I'm looking at a timeline of the Dimenticate's history of expansion. There was a specific point in time after which they began furiously claiming land.
And what point is that?
It's referred to as Aechian Sun, of the year of Nuav.
Good. Everyone else, keep that in mind.
Something else, sir.
Yes?
It's a religious text about some godsend that the Dimenticate was supposedly blessed with.
Go on.
They're referred to here as the knife, the seed, and the heart.
They're here as well. Says that they changed the very face of the Dimenticate society, allowed them to start winning wars.
It would fit the timeline.
Excellent. The knife, the heart, and the seed. Remember those names.
Something more, sir. From a story. It's about where they came from. These were flesh of the god himself, from the marrow of our father's bone. They were presented to us in steepled fingers of stone.
Good, good. Now, does anyone have anything on what exactly they were? How they functioned, what they did? Well, it was worth a try. Is there anything else anyone deems important? Well, I suppose that's it then. Thank you all for your cooperation. You're quite free to leave when you're ready.
That was a smart move, Inspectore. Disrespectful to paper hearts, but smart.
Desperation breeds innovation.
And your search criteria were conveniently accurate.
A hunch. If mask runners were searching for something, what else would it be but power?
So, now what?
Now, recollection. The mask runners knew about the numbers certainly from Razatov.
Razatov?
They have him. Captured him. For what I now suspect to be his research.
The knife, seed, and heart. What do they do, exactly? All we understand is that they were the key to the Dementicate's power. But how?
I'm sure we'll soon find out. If the mask runners have captured Razatov and are now looking for books that involve them...
They're after the artifacts.
And so are we. It's our best bet at finding Razatov.
Then we have to beat them to it.
We can start by paying the Cleaver a visit.
I don't recognize the name.
In Steepled Fingers of Stone. There is only one place that is conjured from that imagery. A set of ruins in Cacciatore territory called the Cleaver.
But that quote was from a story.
And if you have stronger leads, Mariner, I suggest you lay them out, please.
You're right. I apologize.
Now, if that's all...
One last thing, Cicero.
Ah, yes, the Fae. Of course. I'll meet you at the coach. Right. So, about the Fae. I have a theory that they're related to the Mists, and summoning them requires a ritual of some sort that involves blood and loose articles. Papers, books, anything that can be used as a physical building block for a form.
And with that, apparently we're off to Cacciatore territory. I have no idea what that is, but Cacciatore sounds delicious. It sounds like something that would cost like $17.99 on the menu. You're like, I'll have the Cacciatore. That is a thing, isn't it? Isn't that a food? Chicken Cacciatore? I bet it is. Either way, I'll see y'all next time. This is Masquerada. How do, everybody?